One look, one silent moment. And suddenly, everything feels different. The Maxton Hall Season 3 trailer doesn't scream romance, it whispers something deeper. It hints at a future no one was ready for. Ruby and James are no longer just fighting for love. They may be stepping into a life that changes them forever. A life that looks a lot like family. When Season 2 ended, Ruby and James were standing on opposite sides of pain. They loved each other deeply, but love was not enough to fix everything that had been broken. Trust was damaged. Words were left unsaid, and both of them walked away carrying heavy hearts. Ruby chose herself for the first time, even though it hurt. James was forced to face the truth about who he had been and what his actions had cost him. Their relationship was never simple. It was built between two very different worlds. Ruby came from discipline, dreams, and quiet strength. James came from power, pressure, and expectations he never asked for. Season 2 showed us how love can grow fast, but healing takes time. By the final moments, their distance felt final, yet unfinished. There was no closure, only silence. That silence is what makes the Season 3 trailer so powerful. It does not rush back into passion. Instead, it shows space, reflection, and emotional weight. You can feel that both Ruby and James have changed. They are no longer the same people who fell in love before. Pain has shaped them, but it has also matured them. This is where Season 3 begins, not with drama, but with emotional truth. The story continues from a place of loss, growth, and unanswered feelings. And that makes one thing clear. If Ruby and James find their way back to each other, it won't be by accident. It will be a choice. A hard one. And possibly the most important choice of their lives. The Season 3 trailer does not begin with loud music or dramatic words. It opens quietly, almost carefully, as if the story itself is holding its breath. That silence is not empty. It is full of meaning. From the very first seconds, it becomes clear that something has changed between Ruby and James. The anger is gone. The rush is gone. What remains is calm, and calm only comes after a storm has passed. Ruby is shown moving through her days with a steady focus. Her expressions are softer, but her eyes carry experience. She looks like someone who has learned to protect her heart without closing it completely. This version of Ruby feels stronger, not because she is cold, but because she knows her worth now. The trailer shows her standing still while the world moves around her, and that tells us she is no longer chasing anyone. She is waiting for something real. James appears differently too. There is no careless smile, no reckless energy. His presence feels quieter, heavier. He watches more than he speaks. Every look he gives feels intentional, like he is afraid of saying the wrong thing again. The trailer makes it clear that he is no longer trying to prove himself to the world. He is trying to prove himself to Ruby. What makes this shift so powerful is how subtle it is. There are no big confessions yet. No dramatic reunions. Just shared space. Shared silence. And sometimes, that says more than words ever could. The trailer is telling us that Season 3 is not about falling in love again. It is about facing what remains after love survives pain. This new tone changes everything. It tells us that Ruby and James are no longer children caught in emotions. They are standing at the edge of adulthood, where every choice carries weight. And when love returns at this stage, it is not playful. It is serious. It is lasting. And it may lead them somewhere neither of them expected. Ruby in the Season 3 trailer is not the girl who once tried to be perfect for everyone. She moves differently now. There is a calm in her actions, a quiet confidence that does not ask for approval. This is not the kind of strength that demands attention. It is the kind that comes from surviving, disappointment, and choosing to stand again. The trailer shows Ruby focusing on her own path. She is studying, working, and making choices that feel personal, not pressured. Her expressions are thoughtful, sometimes distant, as if she is still healing, but no longer broken. You can tell she has learned an important lesson. Love should not cost you yourself. That lesson has shaped the way she now looks at James and at the world around her. When Ruby and James share the same space, Ruby does not rush toward him. She does not pull away either. She stands firm. That balance says everything. It shows that she is open but careful. Hope is there, but it is guarded. This Ruby understands that second chances are not promises. They are risks. What makes her journey so powerful is how real it feels. Many people grow stronger in silence, not in dramatic moments. Ruby's change is not loud, but it is deep. She is no longer asking if she is enough. She knows she is. And that changes the way love enters her life. If Ruby chooses James again, it will not be because she needs him. It will be because she wants him, because he adds peace, not chaos. The trailer makes us feel that Ruby is finally ready for a future built on respect, trust, and stability. And that is the kind of future that looks less like romance and more like home. In the Season 3 trailer, James no longer hides behind confidence or control. The mask he once wore is gone, and what we see instead is someone still learning how to live with his mistakes. This version of James does not rush into scenes. He waits. He listens. And that alone tells us how much he has changed. The trailer shows James in moments of stillness, alone, thinking, watching Ruby from a distance. Not because he is unsure of his feelings, but because he respects her space. This is a powerful shift. In the past, James acted first and thought later. Now, every step he takes feels careful, like he knows one wrong move could cost him everything. His eyes carry regret, but also purpose. He's not trying to be perfect anymore. He's trying to be honest. The trailer hints that James has finally understood something important. Love is not about winning someone back. It is about becoming someone worth staying with. What makes his growth feel real is that it does not erase his past. His mistakes still exist. The pain he caused still matters. But instead of running from it, James stands in it. He accepts responsibility. And that acceptance is the beginning of true change. If Season 3 is about family and future, then James' journey is about learning how to stay when things are hard. How to choose patience over pride. How to protect love instead of testing it. The trailer quietly tells us that James is no longer just fighting for Ruby's heart. He is fighting to become the kind of man who can build a life with her. What stands out most in the Season 3 trailer is not how close Ruby and James are, but how carefully they keep their distance. They share scenes, glances, and quiet moments, yet something always remains unsaid. That space between them is not emptiness. It is respect. And it is love that has learned to slow down. The trailer shows them in the same rooms, sometimes standing just a few steps apart. No touching, no rushed words, just awareness of each other. This kind of tension feels deeper than passion. It suggests that both Ruby and James know what is at stake now. They are no longer playing with emotions. They are protecting them. Ruby does not lean on James for comfort. James does not demand her attention. Instead, they observe each other, almost as if they are asking the same silent question. Are we ready this time? That question hangs in every shared look, and it makes every moment feel heavy with meaning. This waiting is important. It shows growth on both sides. Love that waits is love that has learned from pain. It understands that rushing can destroy what patience might save. The trailer makes it clear that if they come back together, it will not be because of habit or desire. It will be because they choose each other with open eyes. In this space between them, something new is forming. Not just romance, but trust. Not just attraction, but safety. And when love begins to feel safe, it stops being about excitement and starts becoming about a future. A future where staying matters more than chasing. There is a moment in the Season 3 trailer that feels different from everything else. It is quiet, short, and easy to miss, but it changes the meaning of the entire story. A lingering look, a gentle pause, a scene that feels more personal than romantic. These small details have led many fans to believe that Ruby and James are standing at the edge of something much bigger than love. They are facing the idea of family. The trailer does not show anything directly. There are no clear answers, no spoken truths. But the emotions tell their own story. Ruby is seen holding back tears, Not from sadness, but from overwhelm. James looks protective in a way we have never seen before. Not possessive. Not proud. Just present. Like someone ready to stay no matter what comes next. Family in this season may not mean the traditional idea everyone expects. It could be about building a safe space together. A place where both of them finally feel chosen, not judged. Ruby has always carried responsibility alone. James has always lived under pressure. The idea of family could be healing for both of them. What makes this hint so powerful is how natural it feels. Season 3 is not rushing toward a twist. It is slowly guiding the story toward growth, toward commitment, toward choices that cannot be undone. The trailer suggests that Ruby and James may soon have to think beyond themselves and ask what kind of life they truly want. If they do step into this future, it will change everything. Love will no longer be just about feelings. It will be about responsibility, sacrifice, and care.